G'day, it's Adam, VK4GHZ, with a Nextion update for the K3NG Rotator Controller system. Today we're looking at version 2021-01-07-01, released today, 7th of January 2021, simply uses the date code. So first things first, and working backwards, little minor fix on two of the pages, that being the moon tracking and the satellite tracking. The screensaver count up value and the screensaver value, that is the value it's counting to, were simply arse about, so they've just been fixed. So you'll, if say you've set this for 10 minutes, you'll see this one every minute increment up 1, 2, 3, 4, up until your target timeout value. Likewise on the satellite tracking page, these two values were arse about, so that's been fixed. Another little minor fix was on the rotor calibration page. As you know, yesterday's update removed the toggle center button. It had problems with it. One thing that was missed was that there was still reference to that toggle center button on the help page, so that's been removed. Another issue on the 5-inch was the default font size for your navigation buttons. Our light's just gone off. The default font on the navigation buttons, navigation backwards being your clock and navigation forwards being your grid square. That defaulted to font 4, whereas it should have been font 5, so that's been fixed. Easy way to set that anyway is just a long press on either of those buttons, and you can toggle your font here. So you should see font 0 being font 5 and font 1 being font 15. So they're the two fonts it will select between. Right, now to the new stuff. New feature that's just been added today. It's some people out there have wanted, and it relates to the screensaver. Now some people weren't happy with the fact that it would only dim down to 5%. So now and that 5% was hard coded. So what I've done now is you're able to select what dim value you like. So if you want to dim kill the backlighting altogether, like down to 0, you can do that now. So there's a new box here on the configuration screen page where you can enter a value down to 0. So the range I've set is between 0 and 50%. So if you try and go on above 50%, it'll come back with an error. There's a maximum of 50. There's not a lot of point going above 50 because you're not really dimming it much at all. So anyway, we'll just enter 0 here. On the 5-inch, we'll enter 0 on the 3.5-inch. These are effective on the, I'll just turn the diagnostics off. And the screensaver is effective on your 4 main operational pages. That being the main numerals page, the main gauges page, the moon and sun tracking if you've enabled that, and the satellite tracking page if you've enabled that. So what we'll do now, I will just go there, start my timer. Let's do it on 3.5-inch. This is going to be a little bit behind. We're about 6 seconds behind. So in about a minute's time, we should see this dim down to nothing. While we're waiting for that, Phil, to answer your question, my favourite Australian beer is James Squire's 150 Lashes. This is a really nice pale ale. So if you ever got the opportunity to come down under, make sure you try a nice cold schooner of 150 Lashes. Coming up to the 1-minute screensaver. There you go, it's dimmed down to nothing. And we are, what, 6 seconds or something behind on the 3.5-inch. There you go. Now I'm just going to turn all the lights out here. Let's turn that light out. Now as you can see, they're dark as. Alright, now if you do set it to 0, make sure you know where to touch on the screen to get them back again. And that is the title bar, which is at the top, and going for the center is pretty much foolproof. So center top and center top, that will bring the screensaver back again. Alright, so there you go, that's a new feature. I am just going to change my dim level to 5 because that is my own preference, and I actually disable the screensaver for now. As always, you can download the Nextion firmware from my website, vk4ghz.com. Click on the downloads link at the top, select the K3NG Rotator Controller project, scroll down and you'll find the zips for both the 3.5 and the 5-inch Nextion. Alright, hope you're having fun with this Rotator Controller project. I certainly am. Goody's done a fantastic job at making it so flexible and accommodating for all our different requirements. See you in the next video.